So the simple, just a quick recap on radicals. 5 to like the square root of 200. Sort of 20, how it first of all, okay? Now what you're trying to do for radicals is you're trying to divide them by perfect squares. So the perfect squares are things that can be evenly square rooted. 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, like all the perfect square roots. Alright, so what's 20 going to turn into? 5 times 4. You could do 2 times 10. Why is 2 times 10 bad? Neither one's an even square root. So I'm going to call this just going to be root of 4 times 5. Okay, what does that turn into then? 2 to 5. 2 to 5. Because the square root of 4 turns into 2, and the square root of 5 just stays as 5. Alright, let's move on here to example, we're up to 3. Feel you guys? What else? That's how you do square roots. Okay, what? Ask another question. That's square roots. Hopefully that works. Okay, square root of 864. This is more difficult, I think. How do you, when you see something like that, what's the first thing you're going to divide that by? 2. 2 is not a good number to divide it by, though. 4 is better. 8 is bad too, okay, because it has to be, so 4 I'm going to try and divide by. That will divide by 4. What's 864 divided by 4? 260. So this is going to be 4 times 16 will work? 216 I think is another nice number, isn't it? I'll divide by 4 as well, right?
Yes,
54 is another nice number. What does 54 divide by? No, other than 2. 4 doesn't work. What else is it? Is it 9 times 6, 54?
Yeah.
Yes. So that's going to be 2 times 2 is 4 times 3 is 12 root 6. Okay, the where that came from was the root of 4 is 2. The root of 4 is 2, so 2 times 2 is 4, the root of 9 is 3. So 2 times 2 times 3 is 12. If you don't like that, you could have said 864 is 144 times 6, and then the root of 144 is going to be 12. All right, I'm going to keep moving here, and here we go. Simple 3. This is Spider-Man. Spider-Man aims to shoot his web at 2 buildings. The first building is north 30 degrees west and 35 meters high. At an angle of elevation of 51 degrees. The second building is north 21 degrees east and is 41 meters high. At an angle of elevation of 62 degrees. How far apart are the buildings? Once you write down that paragraph, I'm gonna hit pause for Amy because she doesn't need to hear you. But the paragraph, sorry, I'm sorry, I'm gonna hit pause. Okay. What the story is this: I am Spider-Man. Suspend disbelief for a minute. All that's happening is I'm turning my web being my arm this way, and shooting to the top of the building. Then I'm turning my arm this way and shooting to the top of this building. That I know. What I want to find is how far apart the building. Right. So my left arm is going to go north 30 degrees west. Okay, and then at an angle elevation of 51, you get to the top. That's what you're using the spider to get to the top of the 35-meter building. My right arm is going to go north 21 degrees east, up at an angle elevation of 62 to the top of my 41-meter building. Okay. I want to know how far apart the building is. Here we go. Ready? Remember I said this is the most difficult example of the year. I wasn't kidding. Here we go. Ready? So let's draw what we know. This is, we'll read through the question twice. Tell me anything that we know. And I started doing I picked on lately. Callan, what's something that I know?
Wait, do we assume that he's on the ground? Or?
Yes, he's on the ground, yes. I would put that. That's why he's on the ground shooting his web in the air. Okay, tell me anything that I know. Yes?
Oh, the first building is 35 meters high.
35 meters high, sounds good. So I'm going to draw a nice building here with the 35. Now remember I said this, but that's also going to be right angle I put there too, because it's a perfect building. Okay, great. What else do I know? Angle elevation 62. So I'm going to put Spider-Man down here someplace. And this is going to be 62 degrees. Now, if this is freaking you out, don't worry. I'm going to draw it from the side view and the top view. This is the Mr. Walters version. Some people are three-dimensional drawers, some aren't. So this is going to be here, Spidey. Here's Spidey on the ground. There's 62 degrees. Okay. This is called perspective drawing if you're in art. If you're not, don't worry. I'll draw it like a math teacher to draw after. What else do I know? Is there anything else? What's that? Good, so north 30 degrees west. So this is, if you're looking at a north, south, east, west diagram, I'll do this in a different color. So there's north, this is going to be 30 degrees. So to go from the bottom angle there is going to be 30 degrees. I'll do a top view, side view in a second here, right? So that's all the information. So if you think here, Spider-Man spun his body 30 degrees to the west, put his arm in the air, okay, and then went to the top of 35 meters. Okay? So if you take a look, we're going to have a nice triangle. Like, yeah. Who told me 62? Oh, I told myself. Thank you. You sure I would have got myself all talked out here. Okay. So that's all that fixed, okay? So the black triangle, so just to go here, guys, the black triangle is going to be like on the building to the left here, okay? Yes?
Are you assuming that like where the right angle is of the building is the ground?
Yes.
Why is it low?
Well, it's not its perspective, that's what it's supposed to be, right? We'll get to all, do a side view and a top view in a sec. This is the three-dimensional view. Okay? Stick with me here. Can somebody tell me the second stuff with the second building? What do we know about the second building? I'll do this one in red. What do we know about the second building? Check red building? 41 meters high. So this is over here. There's 41 meters. Okay, so there is going to be connected to the second building like that. What else do I know? What's the angle elevation of that building? 62, thank you. And then we have more. I'm just going to leave that. And that's fine. It's okay. It's never bothered me to call Mr. Kirby. I help you. The second person trying to get her, your wife wants her to. Okay. No. Yes. Okay. Okay. Goodbye. All right, so what I tried to do here for this was, I tried to draw the red triangle just deals with the one building, the black triangle deals with the left building, and the green triangle connects them both. What are we actually looking for here? No question or
Yeah, question. Is the 30 and the 21 from the green dotted
Yes,
line
yes,
to the?
outside. I'm gonna do a top view and a side view for a second.
I thought it.
Yeah, I'll do a top view and a side view in a second.
Yeah, why is it bigger?
What's that?
Like it's bigger. It's a bigger angle. It's like smaller. Then this.
Because perspective. I'm gonna deal with the top view and the side view. Now think of it this way. So say I'll. Yeah,
Why wouldn't you assume that he's on the X line? Like, if you just put him out,
he is on the X line. That's where he is.
well, no.
He's not gonna be up there, but he can. Okay, let's just do here for a sec. Let's do top view first. We'll start with this one. Okay, so this is the way I prefer to draw them because it's less confusing here, okay? So from the top view, you only worry about, the joke that I always tell is, if you're to look at me from heaven, I look about the same as any of you, except for all of you with more hair, okay? Right, but as far as for me, and who's the shortest person in this class? Let's say Taylor, okay? Taylor and I look like we're the same height from above. You can't judge height from very far above. The only thing you can measure from above is north, south, east, west. So the only thing that's going to matter here is, here's my building one. Hey guys, can we please do this, guys? Let's do this. Guys, can we do this, please? So there's going to be Spider-Man. Can we do this, please? There's Spider-Man, there's building one, building two. The only thing we're going to recognize from the top is the north, south, east, west stuff. Okay? So there's going to be 21 from there, and there's going to be 30 in their tracks. So that's all you know from the top. So there's the two buildings out there. One of them's 30 degrees here, one's 21. We'll forget about heights for right now.
Yeah, but so he's not on that one line.
No.
He's not right in between the buildings.
No.
It doesn't say anywhere that he's like further away.
Well, but because his angles, like I think if you're doing your arms a 51-degree angle and you're between, like a 180-degree angle to get to the two buildings, you know what I'm saying? Then he would be right in between them, right? But since the angle's 51, he can't be. Right, like the gap between his two arms here, between the two buildings is 51, right? So it's impossible, it'd have to be in front of him in some way. Okay. Let's do a side view for the first building, which is going to be in black. Okay, for the building on the left, we're going to do just what you guys said here. So this is going to be your building, this is going to be my side view. On the side view, you guys can please do this. On the side view, you don't worry about north, south, east, west, it's just elevation. Okay, so if you look at my building here, here's the 35-meter tall building, and there's the angle elevation of 51. Now this is the part that is meaningful for this question. What side on the side view is connected to the top view? What is connected to what? Why or quoi? Because. Think of it this way, if you're looking down from space and you have an angle tilted like this, you don't see this, right? You only see the shortened bottom part, right? That's all you're going to see. So this distance here is going to match this distance there. Right? On the other side with the other triangle, there's 41, there's 62. What side? There's Spider-Man again here, okay? What side is going to be connected to the big triangle at the top? The bottom again, right? And again, if you look at this triangle, we're doing the same thing here, right? The bottom of this triangle here is connected to the left side of the green triangle. The bottom of this triangle here is connected to the green triangle. Okay? This is difficult to visualize. I'm not going to say, yeah, this is easy. This is tricky to visualize. Once you get to this point, it's just a matter of using grade 10 trig. Grade 10 trig is all it is from here. Okay? Because what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to solve for y, put it in here, solve for z, put it in here, and then it's going to be cosine mod to solve for x. Okay? X is going to be the distance between the two buildings, right? That's what we're ultimately looking for. All right, how do we solve for y? Let's start with y. How do we solve for y? Yeah?
Could you find the other angle and then you sign them?
You can use sign law if you want to. I'm going to use tan, but you guys want to use sign law? You can use that, yes. Okay, I'm going to use tan though. That will work. It'll still work the same way. I'll get the same answer. What is 35 over tan 51? And what is 35 over tan 51, please? 28.3. Okay, so this is actually 28.3. That's what we just found, and this is 28.3. That's what we ultimately found there. Okay. And you can draw whatever triangles you want. I know in Mr. Walter's class, I tutored a kid from that class, and he hates this idea. They like that complicated mess right there. I prefer this myself. Whatever works for you. All right, how do I solve for z? Not if you want to. I'm going to use tan. All right. And what does that equal? All right, 21.8. Okay, which means that this bottom part there is 21.8, and this part over there is 21.8. This big angle here is 51. Okay, so that's cosine law again now. So we're going to do x squared equals 28 point. And when you type all that in, you should get 22.4. Okay, as far as the rest of this week's going to go, I'm going to put homework on the board, which will be 1,000 of these 3D questions for tonight. Not 1,000, 1,084. Well, once you get yourself organized, the hard part is just like you go to the first step. The suggestion for these, ladies and gents, these 3D like these Spider-Man questions, the way to think, I myself personally, is the side view I find a lot easier. Like you think north, south, east, west, like think of it like that, and then you're going to do from the side of the first building, the side of the second building, and find out they're connecting. Okay. Please try these out again. Probably what's going to happen is this: I'm going to have tomorrow as a day for more identities and another one of these to make sure you can handle this. And then either Thursday or Friday I'll do a work period. I can't believe I'm going to do that. And then I'll have a day just for like review, or I'll just take a question like I want to do. And I'll probably do that. Yeah. I'm going to go to the library for a work period. That's what English teachers do, right? I'll just take a day. What day are you guys going for hockey? Today's Thursday? Friday? I'm going to be Friday for work period. Okay, but I'll do it like I'll do like an English teacher and I'll go to the library. Yeah, easy. A lot of English teachers need to library. No, we're busy. No books. Everything's online. No, here's the book. Yes. Oh, okay, good question. So just one last thing, guys, before we go. The question why do you use 51? Now is these two angles together in the middle there? Right, you have 30 to the left and 21 to the right. Okay. 332, 37, 13, 16. Yes. Okay. Okay, so try these out. Tomorrow we're going to do more identities, and